Well, I just got home from work and it looks like Dad just loaded the planter up with the last of the beans. And I'm assuming he's getting ready. Well, you gotta plant all this stuff yet? You gotta plant all this? Alright, so this is the last of the beans, I guess. He just emptied out the tender, the tote, the pro box, whatever you want to call it. Looks like he found some net wrap. So we only have like 65 acres of beans. Nice tender. So yeah, we've been waiting for this thing. That's the main reason we haven't planted. But we could have planted whatever's in the bags there. But yeah, I'm gonna go home and grab the Defender so I don't have to ride a film. There's no room in there for me, so. Yeah. Alright, welcome back to Turner Farms, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I'm going to show you this 560. I had a nice video made about it on my other phone, but as we all know, my other phone decided to take a crap. So we're on the new phone now, so now we're going to go over this thing. Where it came from, what we're doing to it, what probably needs to be done to it. Just going to go over it. Alright, let's go. So I bought this tractor from our neighbors. It was sitting in there at their farm, obviously. It's been sitting for probably the past 20 years at least, maybe 20, 25 years. Engine was seized because number 3 cylinder here was seized up, or 4, I mean. It's seized up. I think it's 4. Yeah, it's 4, whatever. That one was seized up. And it still is seized up. The piston's in there right now. I got, what the hell do I have in there? It's been a few weeks since I put it in there. There's automatic transmission oil in there along with some acetone. I got to move like 1/4 of an inch up, but I haven't really messed with it since. So, as of right now, that's the only thing that's wrong with it. And that's why it was not parked. It's just because it had this, where the hell did it go? This pipe here was on it. It's actually an old drive shaft off of something. But that was over, that was the exhaust was on it. There's no cover on it or nothing, so it was open to the elements. So there's water in that cylinder. So the engine locked up. That's really, there's really nothing else that's wrong with this thing. I took the oil filter out, drained all the oil out of there, hydraulic oil. There was no remnants of like gears being ground up or nothing in there. There's no metal shavings, nothing. Everything's nice and clean in there, new almost. Rear end, the oil had water in it. That's typical from it sitting outside for the past how many years. Really, the only thing that we can conclude why it was parked is because this tire, the rim got a pinhole in it. It holds air, the tire does, surprisingly. I don't know how the hell it does, but there's a pinhole in the rim, in the backside of the rim, somewhere. I don't remember exactly where, but somewhere's in there. And the wheel seal here on both sides is going out. They did not use the fast hitch at all because it's locked up. And if you come up here, and alright, so I just realized, as I was beating on this piston here, that I said camshaft needs work. I meant the crankshaft. My bad. You guys are supposed to correct me, alright? Come on. When I make mistakes, you gotta correct me. Because I can't let myself, I can't embarrass myself like that. I mean, come on. You guys gotta correct me, alright? Crankshaft, not camshaft. Oh, howdy, Mr. Piston. How nice of it is it for you to join us? Well, I got piston number 3 out, not 4 like I said it was, or whatever I said. Piston 3. This is piston number 3. Got it out finally. Yeah. That notch in there is supposed to be like that, I believe. So yeah, I believe. Anywho, it's out now. And it's actually an IH piston. I don't remember what the other ones are. I think they all are IH pistons. I just never really looked at them. But all the pistons are finally out. Don't ask why the water pump's sitting like that. It's just sitting there like that. So I got all the fluid out of there. Obviously it's in either on the side of the engine or in a bucket now. Or a little bit on the cardboard. But yeah, she's out. Basically I just stuck this punch here, which I know a lot of you guys are probably going to criticize me about this. Ooh, what did I bang that out of? Anywho, I stuck the punch in, I think it was this hole here. And I basically just pounded on it till she came out. So she's out now. And yeah, now I gotta proceed. Oh, looks like there's a number wrote on the block there. Huh. That's funny. Never noticed that before till the oil started dripping down there. Anywho, now I gotta proceed with taking the engine block out so we can work on the crankshaft, not the camshaft. The camshaft might need to work, but we're more worried about the camshaft right now. So yeah, that's where we are right now That's where we're at right now with this thing. I'm glad I finally got that piston out because I've been working on that for quite a while. So yeah, all the other pistons, which are over here, all look pretty damn good. I believe they're all IH pistons, if I remember right. Yeah, IH quality right there. So we're gonna put the cap back on with, I think I lost one of the bearings. I got a bearing here, but I'm not too worried about that because we'll be getting new bearings. I don't know if we'll be reusing the piston or what we're gonna do there, but she's out. Now I just gotta put it back together, put the bolts in, and hopefully it goes back together smoothly. But yeah, she's out. Now, gotta proceed with taking the block out. So, I'll come back to you all later.
Bust this up because this is cast. This thing is cast, so it's easier to cut it with a grinder than it is
with a torch. Yeah.
The torch just melts it away little by little. Lots of sparks. Then I can split the bearing like I did the other one. All that's left of it.
So what Dad's doing is he's replacing the bearings on this spinner because they shredded the belt that drives the both. Well, I only shredded one of these belts, but
two of them.
No, the one. Well, I was starting to shred the other one, but I shredded the one all the way through. The other one was starting to shred, so we got two new belts there. We're like, we didn't understand why they get started to shred, but when I went to go start putting these belts back on, because you have to take these two belts that drive both spinners off to get these two belts on. When I went to go start putting these on, I could not turn that spinner worth a crap. He could turn, but it turned really hard, and that's why those belts burned up.
Yeah, and the other day when I found out that belt was burning, I could spin these things freely, so that's why I did. Because I spun them to spin the lime off, and I'm like, okay, I'll tighten that up. Maybe I can go with one belt, but heck no. It must have screwed up then.
Maybe, I don't know, but I don't know if that's the cause of why
that's why
that happened, but that's what we're figuring. Yeah, because I was hoping I'd be able to get it fixed yesterday and I go spread some lime, but nope. Fix a problem to find another. But good news is this 560 split. I got the piston pulled out of there. That's sitting down by the rest of the pistons. Got the clutch pulled out, or everything's split here. There was a nice mouse nest sitting on here. The engine turns fairly decent, surprisingly.
That's because there's nothing in it.
Yeah, but it didn't want to turn when I had it all in there yet, so I don't know if the transmission's a bit tight from sitting or what. But yeah. So that's all split. I gotta take these lines out yet, but that'll probably come off when the engine comes out, because there's really no way to take them out without having to take the frame rail here off. So that's as far as it's going to go forward right now without removing those lines, because if I remove them back here, it's just not very fun to move them around. And then they're good lines yet, I believe. I don't know, but I'll have to inspect them when I get them out. But that's where we're at on this, and Dad's gonna probably getting close to calling it tonight.
Yeah,
it's 8:30.
I gotta split this apart and get the rest of the bearing off because I'm replacing this. I'm not
Right.
just doing one. That'd be dumb. Take it apart next year again. Nope.
Yeah, might as well get it done now while it's
We'll
sitting right
shine
there.
this all up and then we'll be able to slide the new one on. I
Yeah.
don't know what holds it in place. I don't know if there's locking collar in there or not.
Couldn't tell you.
I think it just sits in place because it's bolted and the bottom one holds it so.
I don't know. So that's where we're at for the night. Come back to later, I guess. Alrighty, so we are witnessing the last field that needs to be worked up on our farm for tillage this year. I think there's a few more that need to be worked up at my cousin's farm, which I don't know if we'll keep the Magnum on the Salford to do that or what, but I know my uncle likes that Salford, my cousin's dad, the other farm down the road. My uncle likes it, so, and the funny thing is, they never had a Magnum down there. They always had the Ford 8670s, and those are the best of the best, but they drove this one. Oh, this one's fuel efficient, the shift's nice, it's ride nice, oh, it's nice, we gotta have one. So, it's like that ad they had out back in the late 70s for the 2+2. Once your neighbor sees you run a one, they're gonna come run it, they're gonna want one. Something like that. Basically, once they run it, they're gonna want it. So I just got done trying to clean up some more wood chips, but I blew a hydraulic hose on the end gate for the old manure spreader, the old 800, the bigger one, the one that we don't really use ever, which is the reason why we don't use. And I was hoping to be a nice little hole that I can just put a hose clamp over quick. Nope. So that's gonna need a whole new hose made. That goes all the way from the tractor all the way back to the hydraulic cylinder for the end gate. So I might take that off and have Dad get a new one tomorrow, but that's not top priority at all. But the place he's got to go to get hydraulic hose made, I need a crank seal for my one Cub Cadet, and maybe some tubes and battery. If I know they have the battery, but I don't know if they have tubes for it. So I might go take over for Dad. I might not. So we'll get out of the old Defender here. It looks like he's on the phone with someone. Doesn't he know there's Bluetooth in there? I parked right in his way too. That's one thing you never do, is park right in someone's way. I did not realize I parked in his way until now. I didn't take that into consideration. Alright, well, I'm fixing to get my butt chewed now. I parked in his way, so I'm gonna put you guys away for now. Never mind. I guess he couldn't see me waving for his attention to get a ride in that cab, or at least take over for him. He's too distracted by the phone. Gen Z's, I tell ya. Yeah, he's giving her. This here is actually behind the farm. Behind the farm. The farm's right there. My Uncle Ben's house is right there, and Brant's house is right there. And this is actually the old dairy cow pasture. I don't have two memories as a kid coming up here when we had the dairy. But I remember, you know, coming up here dropping the flatbed wagons off on the other side of the house there in the open part of the pasture that had silage on. I remember dropping the wagons off and seeing the cows coming out of the woods here. But it's only like a little 5-acre woods. It's all cedar trees, except for, you know, that big tree there. That's like a maple. I don't even know what that is. That's not a maple. It's like an oak. That's not an oak. It's got different sort of leaves. I don't know what kind of tree that is. But anyway, this is old dairy cow pasture. Hasn't had cattle on it for, probably 7 years. Ever since my Uncle Ben built his house there. But we don't have any plans on turning cattle out here. As you can see, we got ATV trails through here, and yeah, we rip around in here. It's actually it's a lot of fun. Even though it's only 5 acres also. Yeah. That big old power line in the background. Power pole, power line. See the outhouse right behind Dad there in the woods. Now that woods there is the woods that we had the cattle in last year. I don't know if we're going to do it again this year. You can kind of see the fence posts there along where that grass is growing. It's kind of weird. Where we had the cattle last year is actually grass growing, not weeds. It's grass. So I'm not complaining. They cleared that woods out like you wouldn't believe. Better than a landscaper could. And you know what? They were free at doing it too. So got all the briars out of there and all that stuff. So Dad's gonna come back up here and I'm gonna try to get another ride from him. And I'm gonna move the Defender quick too, so. Zoom you guys back out and we'll come back to you later, I guess. Alright, so it's the next day and we're gonna get ready to go plant some corn. Filling the tanks up with fertilizer. I don't know if you guys can see that or not.
Nope, dark.
Well, just imagine there being liquid fertilizer in there. We're about, well, where the hell is it? Can't see now. It's getting full.
Let's go here.
Half full about. Just, it's under half full, but around half full. And we still got to put the seed plates in, but we don't know which seed plates we need for the seed we're going to plant. So we got to figure that out. Dad's got the pump on the back of the tractor there running to get that system warmed up, ready to go. And yeah, within the next half an hour, we should be ready to go plant some corn. So as you know, we got all of our beans planted. That didn't take much. We only have like, what, 60, 65 acres of beans. So that got done in a day. But corn, we got, I don't know, what, 150 acres? 120 acres.
Oh, shut her off. He's got full. I heard things pop up. Just got shut-offs on them tanks. This one don't. This one don't. It's good.
Alright, well, I guess we're getting fertilizer then, so put you guys down until we get the seed put in here. Alrighty, so we got the thing filled up with seed and got our graphite put in there. So, she's ready to go. Dad's just figuring out what he had the population set for the acre gold last year, and he's going to probably most likely set to that again for this year. And we got a new monitor on here, new to us I should say, so it's a lot more picky than the other one, but I don't know why that's disconnect. Oh, Dad did that. I gotta set you guys down. Dad opened that door up so I can blow the cab out, so. Figured it out?
Yeah.
He's got his little chart there, he's got to figure it out.
45, 28, 28. So this rock, I go on the big one first. Alright. It should be set. Starting, you can dump a little drain oil on things, I'll go slow.
Yeah.
Put the drain oil.
Right, okay. Yeah, I can do that. I'll meet you up at the field then.
First row, we're going to run with the marker down, and then I'll probably run all markers down all 4 rounds.
Yeah.
24 rows, then I won't need the markers anymore.
Yep, just need the markers for the headlands, and the rest of the field you can use the GPS.
I got to record my notes for this year.
Yeah. We'll meet you guys when we're up at the field, I guess. Alrighty, well, we got the planter set up. We dug our seeds up, and they're about 1 inch down, which is perfect. About 9 inches for spacing, I should say, which I think is a little much, but Dad says it's fine. So we adjusted our closing wheels because they weren't really closing the trenches up to the way I liked it. Dad said they would have been fine, but I could see seeds. They weren't above the ground, but yeah, that's much better. You can just see seeds. Yeah. That's a lot of, it's really sticky out though. It's, oh, we'll grab some dirt and I'll show you. She's quite a bit sticky. We can make mud balls, but I guess Dad's gonna give her, but then again, you gotta take it into consideration right next to the tree line, and you know, Dad thinks it'll get better as he goes out farther in the field, which it might. We'll find out. But yeah, everything seems to be going good right now. I guess he's monitor ain't yelling at him, so that's good. So now we're gonna head back to the farm and throw a seat in the back of the Defender and bring that up here, and or maybe a truck or something. I don't know. Yeah, because I gotta go to work here within the next hour. So yeah, well, I'll come back to you later, I guess.